From your Weather Authority, Chief Meteorologist Wayne Hart.
After 4 consecutive days in the 90s, I think this was one cloudy day most of us were okay with, looking more like autumn or even winter with those low gray clouds, which you don't see very often in the summertime. Tomorrow, though, will be a much brighter day and a warmer one before that next front really ushers in some pleasant air just in time for the weekend. But the temperature-wise, it was pleasant today. Fairfield especially, a high of only 73 degrees. They were under the clouds all day long. And then as you headed to the east, there was more sun in the afternoon. So we got some mid-80s across the eastern fringe of the tri-state, but it was still humid, so still had that summer feel to the air. And that's the case tonight. Just false returns around the radar site. No rain in the forecast until Monday of next week. And we're still okay as we look at the estimated rainfall amounts over the past week of an inch or more. If you're in this shade of green, you've had an inch of rain in the last week. Of course, most of that fell last week, and our lawns and gardens need an inch a week, so we don't have to water just yet, but that will be changing later this week with that, again, our next chance of holding off until at least Monday or Tuesday. But lots of low clouds across Evansville much of the day. Our eastern counties got to see a fair amount of sun, but not so much here in Evansville. Hint here and there late in the day. But skies did go partly cloudy here after sunset, and now we're down to 72, but not much more room for the temperature to fall with a dew point of 69. Remember, the temperature can't go below the dew point. As it closes in, that's when some patchy fog will be developing with a light north-northwest wind at around 5 miles per hour. And on the comfort meter, that dew point of 69 is in the humid range. Now, yesterday we were very humid. The cold front came through, knocked us into the humid category today. That's where we'll be tomorrow. And then on Friday, we start off tolerable. By later Friday afternoon, pleasantly low dew points will be in the upper 50s. And once that pleasant air gets here, it is going to stick around right on through the weekend. But temperatures currently running about 70 to 75, and we should wind up about 65 to 70 for one of the cooler nights we've had so far this month. You can see a little bit more of that cloud cover still in our western counties, but it's slowly drying up across the area, and that trend should continue overnight. Meanwhile, Debbie, still a tropical storm, stronger than it was last night at this time. You can see it swirling right off the coast of Charleston, South Carolina, with 60-mile-per-hour winds. It will make a second landfall tonight, but still a tropical storm tomorrow evening as it passes just to the east of Charlotte, North Carolina, with 40-mile-per-hour winds. So heavy rain is again the big concern through the Carolinas, and will be a concern as it heads through the mid-Atlantic states. It's a weakening area of low pressure as it passes west of Washington, D.C., and then gets into upstate New York on Friday evening and pushes through a good deal of New England with more heavy rain over the weekend before it heads up into the Canadian Maritimes on Saturday night. But no impact to our weather here in the tri-state. We have partly cloudy skies overnight, a little bit of patchy fog, and then more sun than clouds as we head through the day tomorrow with warmer high temperatures, generally 88 to 90 in the metro. Once again, Fairfield will be cooler in the low 80s, and our eastern counties a little hotter, around 90 degrees. That next front comes through dry tomorrow night, and then we feel the humidity fall throughout the day on Friday, with temperatures also down into the low to mid 80s, and that will set us up for a really nice Friday night. We'll be in the upper 50s by daybreak Saturday morning. A high Saturday afternoon, only 80 degrees with just a few clouds moving on through. So overnight, some patchy fog, 66 to 70 for the low. Tomorrow, a brighter day, partly cloudy, warmer and staying humid, generally in the mid to upper 80s, a little hotter to the east, a little cooler up to the northwest, and then humidity off the board starting on Friday. The temperature down to 83. Both weekend mornings we start at 59. The high Saturday's 80. Sunday it's 82. Make plans to get outside. Just a fantastic weekend. We warm up next week, gradually back to normal as the rain chances gradually come back in. More of an unsettled pattern with a few showers and thunderstorms, and eventually the humid air returns Wednesday of next week.
All right, thank you, Wayne. Still